Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to all the Scorpios out there. If you are a Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or north node, this is your tarot reading for the upcoming month of May of 2025. And in case any of you are interested, I will be using my Every Little Thing You Do is Magic tarot deck, one of my favorites, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So, with all of that said, let's see what Scorpio has in store for May. All right, Scorpio, a lot of reversal energy here. The first card to come out was the Three of Cups. And then the rest of the cards all kind of fell out together very methodically. So the Three of Cups reversed, excuse me, the Three of Pentacles reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed. Look at the little frog guy, love that. These two are upright, Six of Cups upright, and the Queen of Swords upright. We have the Apprentice is the Page of Swords reversed. And under the Page of Swords was the Ace of Swords. You see, I wasn't going to count these, but there might be something here. Because this one, the Page of Swords fell out in like a smaller pile than the other ones, but it's a pile big enough that it's like there's like 7 or 8 cards here, which my guides know if there's too many cards, I won't count them, but there might be something here. So Page of Swords reverse, Ace of Swords upright, and the Empress upright. Okay, yeah, there's something here, and I'm going to get to it when I get to it because I feel like it's going to unfold with the story as well. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So two reversed pages, which tells me not only the two reversed pages, but also the two threes reversed, the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles reverse. And with the Queen of Swords upright, it's like there's some sort of message that you're ignoring having to do with some sort of change that needs to happen. It's like you're resisting this change and you are aware of all of the like the signs and the symbols and like sometimes I feel like there's like a blatancy. I don't think that's a word. Like there's a blatantness to some of the signs that are coming through that are telling you like, hey, with the King of Pentacles reverse, that could denote a couple of things, and Cancer actually got the King of Pentacles reverse as well. And for their reading, it was that their foundation is changing, which is one way you can interpret it. Like this foundation you might have built up and worked really hard to get, it can't sustain you any longer. So it's either about rebuilding that foundation that you're at to be more stable, bigger, more expansive, to now be able to hold the weight that you're carrying forward, whether that's, additional spiritual weight, whatever it is. It's like you are getting bigger than you were when this foundation was first built. So now you either need to upgrade that foundation to make it steady for you and capable of growing alongside of you, or you need to just leave that foundation behind and go somewhere new. And I can't tell you that answer, which is fascinating to me because a lot of times with the spread, it'll be very clear, but it's because you are ignoring the answer that is supposed to come to you. You're blatantly ignoring it. That's why both pages are reversed, Page of Swords and Page of Wands. And so Swords is all about your mental capacity and your ability to express. So maybe that's why, maybe you did work really hard to build this foundation that you're on now. And so now that you're recognizing it's not stable enough to carry you forth into this next chapter, whatever that chapter is, you're almost in denial in a way, and like you in Scorpios, you guys get really attached to things that you feel connected to, so it might be just an element of just not wanting to let go. That could be the case. That could be the case. But what's fascinating is the Queen of Swords upright. So it's like with both oh, and that's the other thing with the Wands. So Swords is all about the mental and the ability to express. Wands is about Wands is about, sorry, let me move this because my phone just lit up and it distracted me. None of that here. Wands is about passion. It's about exploration and creativity and really being like focused and zoned in, um or in the present, I should say, not necessarily zoned in, but you are so engulfed in the present moment that you are just open to the experience and open to whatever wisdom can come to you in that present moment. But when it's reversed, especially with the page reverse, because the pages are messengers, it's like you are ignoring the messages that are coming to you in the present moment that have to do with your passions and how you can grow and how you can create and how you can experience more. And also with swords, how you can utilize like your mental capacity in order to obtain that. But it's like with the Queen of Swords, there's also an element of you feeling maybe that's what it is, especially combined with the Six of Cups, because these are the only two upright cards in this spread. The Queen of Swords and the Six of Cups. So you are using this sense of nostalgia, this sense of like feeling really connected to the past or feeling connected to what brought you to this, like the foundation that you're in on right now. You are feeling so deeply nostalgic and connected to it in a very like heartfelt way. And the empathy that the Queen of Swords harnesses is getting engulfed in like the it's like the Queen of Swords is allowing herself, that energy is allowing herself, the logical side of her to take a back seat to your nostalgia, to your feeling, to your heart right now. And because of that, that's why you're it's not that you're not seeing these signs. And that's what's funny. It's not that you're not seeing these signs, is that it's that you're ignoring them. You're ignoring the signs because you're just so attached and so connected to where you are right now and what brought you to where you are right now that you're not ready to let go. But ultimately, you purposefully, blatantly ignoring the signs and you trying to hold on to a foundation that is not conducive to your growth, you are keeping yourself from a sense of deeper like kinship and community and sisterhood and celebration, especially. And you're also keeping yourself from meeting people that can actually help you level up, not only in your foundation, but in your career path, in your um like in your ability to obtain greater stability that can hold you. This is a card of collaboration and of creative collaboration in a way that like it's focused on stability, on growth, on like career, whatever you do or want to do with your life. But it's about creative collaboration to help everybody involved level up. So not only are you keeping yourself from these communities that can help like celebrate you and bring you up to this new, more stable foundation, but in a way, because the Three of Pentacles is a reciprocal energy, not only are you keeping yourself from like from the word calibrating comes to mind for some reason. Not only are you keeping yourself from allowing your energies to calibrate with these other people to help you, but you're also preventing the necessary energies that this group of people needs from you in order for them to level up. Whether you know them now or not, that doesn't really matter. Um, you are meant to help them just as they are meant to help you. And the longer you use nostalgia as an excuse to stay where you are when you know this foundation is not meant for you anymore, Scorpio. It's not meant for you. It's not meant for you. The longer you stay in a place that you have outgrown, the more like you're going like the rose-colored glasses eventually aren't even just going to come off, they're going to fly off and all of a sudden you are going to see things as they are, but because you stayed around, it's like a festering energy. So if you were to actually acknowledge the signs and the messages that are coming through that are saying, "Hey, it might be time to pack up and go," or it might be time to rebuild this foundation. If you don't want to leave and your soul knows it's not time to leave, you still need to put the effort in to rebuild this foundation. Whether that's, maybe you're in an apartment right now and you have the finances to actually buy a house. And this apartment is too small and it's cluttered and it's like there's no space for anything. But you love your apartment because it was like your first time leaving your parents' home and having a space on your own. And there's so much love and connectivity with the space itself. Um, you made it like your own personal cave almost, where it's like you might have grown a lot in this place, but it's like it can no longer hold you. It can no longer hold you. Or alternatively, if you're not looking to buy a house, if you were in this apartment and you have jobs and hobbies, say the apartment is like 30 minutes north of where your job is, where your dance or yoga studio is, where your friends hang out, like where your favorite restaurants and bars are. It's 30 minutes away. And so you might love this apartment, you might love this home, you might love what this is, but it's like driving back and forth that you're spending so much time, energy, effort, money, all of it just to get to where your life actually exists, where this feeling, again with the wands, where this feeling of connectivity and presence and experience is. So it's like, are you going to stay in this place that is such a hassle just to get to the rest of your life just because you feel a sense of like nostalgia and connectivity to it from the past? Or are you going to brush your hands off and say, okay, it's time to actually grow up and move forward with my life? Because again, it's not even just about you here with the Three of Pentacles. It's your energy is needed in groups that you might not even know exist yet. And the only way it's going to, like, you're going to have the space to welcome these groups into your sphere, into your energy, and to welcome yourself into those groups as well and be welcomed in those groups, is if you let go of this foundation that is not conducive to your growth. Period. Let me see what cards were under. Remember, this was the Page of Swords reverse with this. So, Ace of Swords. So that's fascinating. Once you stop letting, it's almost as if once you let your Queen of Wands or Queen of Swords energy, excuse me, take off the rose-colored glasses, acknowledge that sense of nostalgia, but not let your logic take the back seat to nostalgia. And the Queen of Swords isn't just logic. She's also a deep connection to not clairsentience. It'll come to me. Claircognizance. Deep connection to claircognizance. So it's about just knowing things without understanding how or why she knows them, but she just does, and she doesn't need the explanation. You're opening up once you take off those rose-colored glasses and take the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Swords out from behind the Six of Cups energy, you'll be able to tap into this knowingness of like all of these signs that you are seeing. You'll be like, as soon as you start to see them now, you'll be like, oh my God, that's what that sign meant. This is, and like everything will slowly start to come together, like almost like domino effect, where it's like, oh, that's what that meant. And that's what that meant. And this is what this means. And oh my God. And now that I'm recognizing all of these different signs, things will start to open up for you in ways that allow things to, again, fall into place like a domino. So we'll use the apartment 30 minutes away as an example. Once you finally even just mentally make the decision, you don't do any research, you just decide, you know what? Maybe it is time that I move to a place that's closer to everything that I enjoy here. So you just make that decision. Don't research, you don't look anything up, you don't see price, you don't do anything else other than mentally and physically decide that it's time. You're gonna go outside your house to just go get a coffee, right? And you'll see a flyer advertising, oh, room for rent or apartment for rent or something that's in the heart of where you want to be. And that doesn't mean that's going to be the place for you, but you'll start to see subtle things. It's like after you make this decision, you'll start to see the universe kind of aligning with that decision and putting opportunities and options in your path. So you won't even have to go out of your way to search for what's going to work because you made the decision. The Queen of Swords is a very strong energy that can bring things to her, but it's about making the decision to allow your mind to allow your mind and your soul to come into unity. And then after that, with the Ace of Swords, things really start to open up for you effortlessly. New beginnings are going to start showing themselves to you, and options are going to start showing themselves to you. So it's not even like you have to like take on the first thing that you see, but you'll see the flyer and you'll be like, oh, that's funny. That's not a coincidence. Okay. And then like after you get your coffee, you just want to go on a walk around the streets. And then as you're walking, you see a for rent sign or a for sale sign in like the cutest little cottage, like, and it's actually below your budget, you know, like little things, but they're all options. And it's about recognizing those options and allowing yourself to be present enough within your body to know when the option that is right for you arrives, because you will feel it. You will feel the resonance anchoring in. You will feel that shift of when you see the thing that is right for you. It's like it's inexplainable. That's glowing. Anyway, and that's how it's going to feel. Like that's how it's going to feel in your body. It's like maybe it'll even like have a halo around it as you notice it, like what option is right for you. Like that there's no coincidences, there's no accidents. That did not happen by accident. But that's how it's going to be, where everything just like falls into place and starts to it's like lit up a glow. Even if it's not like visually a glow, you will feel it in your body. You're like, that's the one. That's the one. But it starts with the decision. It starts with the decision. And then underneath the Ace of Swords, we have the Empress. So this new beginning is going to give you options, but you'll have the ability to tap into these options really creatively and find what works for you by and it's like the Empress is also fertility. It's also, and that denotes options in itself. It's about creating the life of your dreams and birthing into reality something that's going to not only help you, but help like the people that you're surrounded with, help the collective, help these new communities with the Three of Pentacles, help these people that you are going to come into contact with now that you've made this decision. And again, I used the word creative collaboration earlier, and that's the Empress. Like you are arriving at this like very like powerful energy because the Empress is the wife of the Emperor. The Empress is the wife of the Emperor, and together they rule the kingdom. It's this very powerful, prominent, confident, sure energy of fertility, of creativity, of abundance, of surety, of surety, of surety. And so it's possible you were ignoring these signs before, not only because of nostalgia, but you were almost afraid that you might make the wrong decision moving forward. Maybe that happened in the past, but ultimately there are no wrong decisions here. And it's important to note that not everything has to be permanent. Most things are not permanent, but especially when we're making big changes, especially in regards to our foundational, like our foundations in life, when we're making these big changes, we get caught up in the idea that it's like, oh, if I'm going to move, it has to be where I'm going to be forever. No, no, life is about wands. It's about experience. It's about the experience. And the more you open yourself up to the idea of transience and that things don't have to be permanent, this could be just for now. Maybe you sublet an apartment for 6 months and decide, you know what, I actually don't like this place. I don't like this area. I want to move elsewhere. It's just right now being present enough to know that there are no wrong choices. And if you are present enough, you will feel that anchoring in of the thing that feels right for you. So you're not overthinking. And that's another thing with the Queen of Swords. She is not one to ruminate. She's not one to overthink. She really taps into claircognizance to know, okay, that's the thing. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to overthink it. I don't know how I know this. I just know it. And I'm going to move forward with this. It's a confidence and it's a knowing, it's a knowing, it's a knowing. It's not letting yourself overthink or get caught up in the emotion of it. It's just like it's logic driven, but it's also a deep soul knowing. It's a congruence. It's a combined thing between the two. The word culmination also wants to come up too. So perhaps this decision is a culmination of like a lot of different things that have come up in the past that you're not going to recognize until you make the decision to change your foundation. Period. Underneath the Empress was the King of Cups. So again, another very powerful shore energy, an energy of empathy as well. So, and I feel like with the King of Cups here, it's having empathy for the past versions of yourself that needed to do what they needed to do to feel safe. But ultimately, okay, this is fascinating. We have a third page come out underneath the Fool, and both the Fool and the Page of Cups are reversed. So it's your emotions ultimately. It's your emotions that are blocking you from this ultimate new beginning. It's your emotional body. It's your emotional body. And I have to sneeze. Oh, I said it. Oh, and it disappeared. Oh, but it's still right there. Jeez, Louise. And maybe that was blocked. That was a blocked sneeze because I acknowledged it with my mind when it needed to be felt by my body. It just needed to be expressed. It didn't need the acknowledgement. It just needed the expression. And it's fascinating that that came up underneath the King of Cups upright. Oh, this is interesting. So maybe because you've been tapped into this feeling of nostalgia that we get with the Six of Cups for so long, that you're going to try to just like shut that valve completely, and you're going to take your emotions out of it 100%. Which I think for a time that's going to help bring clarity to your decision making, but it's not a permanent. And again, back to impermanence. It's not a permanent solution. It was never meant to be a permanent solution. It was there to help you like clear out the gunk of like the emotions of your past that aren't your emotions of the present. Clear out that and like let it rest where it was. But it doesn't mean you have to turn off your emotions entirely. And maybe that's where it's going, that's where you're going to get tripped up. But it's like that's an easy decision. Scorpios, you're a water sign. You're not disconnected from your emotions. You're not you know how to feel. Oftentimes you feel very deeply that you don't know how to navigate it, and perhaps that's why there might be some weirdness in tapping back into your emotional body. But ultimately with the King of Cups, you're going to know how. But there's going to be a time where you are disconnected from it, and you're going to need to tap into the depth of feeling. There might be something lingering from this feeling of nostalgia. There might be something lingering in there that needs to be felt. I was going to say acknowledging it, but it needs to be felt. Something you had been avoiding, which is what was causing the nostalgia. So dig into that, find the root of that, and once you find the root of that, then you'll be able to heal that and tap into the King of Cups energy rather than this reverse page energy. And again, the pages are all messengers. So what message regarding your emotions are you ignoring? And once you tap into that, all of a sudden, this full energy is going to flip right, and you'll be set on your way. So rather than this being something that you're like perpetually blocked from, it feels like it's going to be a quick energy, but it's going to be a deep energy, and you will have to tap into your emotions in ways that you might not like. But you'll be better for it after. You'll be better for it after. It's already been 21 minutes. 21, 21. All right, let's see if anything else wants to come out real quick. I was going to keep shuffling, but I'm not meant to keep shuffling with these cards. So the one card that fell out is the moon reversed. And I'm going to speak on this card before I get to the card at the bottom of the deck. So the moon upright talks about things that are hidden from us. When it's reversed, the things that have been hidden in our subconscious are coming to light in order for us to recognize them and move past it. And it might not even just be things that have been hidden like from you by you. It could also be things that are hidden from you from other people as well. In any case, like there are secrets coming up to the surface for better or for worse, but I think in this case it is for the better. And maybe that's what that represents. I said how there might be some lingering like emotions or something that was causing the nostalgia in the first place. The moon reverse represents that finally coming to light. So you can, it's like, ugh, and that's it. It's like I said, it's not going to be fun feeling through it because it's probably something that's been pressed down for so long. Fascinating that I covered my throat chakra with that. It's something that kept you from expressing previously. It's something that almost like held up a barrier from your throat chakra. So it could be trauma. It could be trauma that prevented you from actually speaking out and expressing like what happened to you. Um, yeah, I'm getting especially with the King of Cups right in the middle here. I'm getting the sense that it's going to be deep, 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 deep work, but it's not going to last a long time. And that's the thing with emotions. People are so fucking afraid to feel their emotions because of how deep and how intense they can get. But the caveat, like the kicker is if you just let yourself feel what needs to be felt, it's like, I mean, I can't put a timer on it, but even like the deepest trenches of my emotional like experience in the deepest trenches of depression and everything, when I finally let myself actually feel it in my body, the feelings themselves lasted maybe 5 minutes, maybe. And it was years of suppressing it because the emotions don't linger in our body. The emotions linger in our body when we ignore them and do everything not to feel them. But the emotions themselves, as they're being processed and felt, they don't linger because feeling them releases them. So if this is something that's been suppressed for a long time in your body, it's 3:33 as I say this, like on the time, not the timer. The things that have been suppressed, ignored, pushed down for far too long, they're going to come up and you're going to want to try to avoid, avert, and ignore some more. But ultimately, with the moon reverse, there is no averting, avoiding, or ignoring. And you just have to let it flow. You just have to let it flow. I don't care if you're by yourself. I don't care if you're out with your friends. Like, if you need to cry, take your most trusted friend and go outside and cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. And you'll be good. 10 minutes later, smoke a quick cigarette, like do what you gotta do. But it's just when these waves come up, acknowledge them, thank them, release them, and continue on because that's all it's asking. It's to bring what's been hidden from you to the surface. And it's once you decide to do that again, not only is this reverse fool going to turn upright. I love the little rabbit on this one. And it's a brand new beginning in terms of everything. It's a blank slate for you to move forward with. At the bottom of the deck, at the bottom of the deck, when the moon fell out, we have the magician. And under the magician, we have the three of wands. And under the three of wands, we have the three of swords reversed. So all four threes came out in this reading. I have chills. And the three of swords upright, it's heartbreak, it's heartache, it's all of that. But when it's reversed, it's naturally letting gravity do the work of letting the swords fall out. So the more you can lean into these feelings that do come up, you are tapping into flow. You're letting the universe aid you in this healing. And as you do that with the Three of Wands, you open yourself up to new possibilities, new perspective, and this willingness to actually step out into this new journey for you and go out and experience. And of course, you will have every single resource and power, all of the resources and all of the power you need at your disposal to make this new beginning truly your own, to become the creator, the co-creator with, the creator, to become the co-creator of the life that you want to live. There's nothing off limits with the magician. It's just about you deciding what you want and then just being thrifty, being resourceful in making it your reality. But you can do it. You can do it. This is a powerful reading, Scorpio. Powerful. Just as you are. Told you this deck is magical. But of course, with all of that said, this was a general reading, so it's possible not everything resonated. If that is the case, you can check out my website linked in the description below. And there you can book with me for tarot readings, astrology, human design, or numerology readings as well. So if you're interested, check that out. If you did like this reading, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and let me know how it resonated. I would love to hear it. I would genuinely love to hear it and see where you're at in your journey, especially if you are contemplating, changing that foundation. Um, and of course, we do this every single month for all the signs. So if you're interested in getting your forecast for the month ahead, according to the tarot cards, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Scorpio. I would love to have you guys here in the future. I love Scorpio energy. I adore Scorpio energy. You guys are very misunderstood. You're very misunderstood and mysterious, and I love it so much. I love getting to know you guys. And I love that you're here. If you made it to the end, thank you for staying. And don't be afraid to set out on this new journey. Just the rest of your life. What's there to lose? I love you guys.